We've signed someone. 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 Zaragoza, here we go. I thought it was just a Spanish city, but it ends up he's a football player as well, and we've signed someone, which is very good news. Truth is that I have no idea who we just signed. I am basing myself on highlight videos. Now, I always say this is wrong because highlight videos, TikTok edits, kind of analysis are wrong because you can make every player look good according to across highlights because you just get the good things that they do and pop them in a montage. So I am not in a position to give an incredible opinion or an incredible judgment about Zaragoza, who is coming from Celta Vigo on loan from Bayern Munich. What I can say is, seeing his movements, seeing his height, I see similarities with Conceição from Juventus. Now, Conceição is a player that I would absolutely love at my football club. Now, again, Conceição plays on the other side. Conceição is left-footed. He is right-footed. What we need. He's exactly what we need. I will not question that. It's that position that Gasperini has always asked for somebody ever since the start of the summer transfer session. You decide not to sign anyone this summer. You delayed it basically until deadline day in January. Look, if Gasperini is happy, I'm happy. That's the way I see it. Because I don't know what to expect from him. I don't know if he will get into this team and start week in and week out, or we would still start the likes of Pellegrini or the likes of a Dybala and Suledio. I don't know. It's something that we will see, and it will probably develop with time. But look, characteristic-wise, it's what we needed. And hopefully it will be a good player who can change our games, because I feel like every time we watch a football game, that side is where the big hole is. That is the hole that we had to cover in January. That's the hole that we ought to cover ever since Gasperini signed for us. And that part of the pitch is the problem because we don't create enough on that side. We don't have unpredictability. So these are the players, short, agile, fast, who can add on predictability. But as I said, I'm not gonna keep speaking about him. I'm not gonna give you a full in-depth opinion because I will need to study it better. I just wanted to give you a warm reaction. The Here We Go came 10 minutes ago at time of recording. So we will learn. I feel like we will learn about him and he will learn about us. It's gonna be a mutual relationship because my only doubt here is, let's say he's a good player, why would Celta Vigo accept to end the loan from Bayern Munich so easily? Like, I do have question marks as always, but I'm a very picky guy when it comes to transfers. Like, I understand that in January it's very complicated to do good business. Like, I'm very aware of this. I'm very aware of this, and I think a lot of people aren't aware of this, and that's why a lot of people will get mad at the end of this January transfer session. You need to learn and you need to understand that in January, nobody does anything big. January is all about signing scraps and hoping that these scraps can end up rejuvenating themselves and revitalizing themselves. No team, apart from City, who signed Semenyo and Gehi, but no team signs massive names in January. Like, they don't. There are no opportunities in January. Or better, there are limited opportunities. So if anybody was expecting, I don't know, Chiesa, or if anybody was expecting these kind of names, these names don't sign in January. So I was ready with my expectations. I'm not killing him instantly. Again, I don't know much about him. But I do have a question. I mean, if he's a very good player, Celta Vigo are in Europe, they're playing the playoffs, they're having a good season, especially compared to other seasons. If he is a very good player, why would Celta Vigo all of a sudden say, yes, fine, let's end? Bayern Munich, Roma came in, we will accept to end this loan and we can give him to Roma. Don't worry, we're not going to put any pressure on this. We're just playing the European playoffs. We're in the league, but we don't need him. So I do have question marks on this. But again, we will learn about him. I, frankly speaking, think this is going to be our last signing in January. Tomorrow at midnight or at 10 o'clock, something like tomorrow evening, the transfer market will end. Thank God. We signed 4 players: Malen, Vaz, Venturino, and Zaragoza. Overall judgment, I would give it. I'd give it a 7. I would give it a 7 because you managed to sign 4 players. One of them, in my opinion, is a very good player, like Malen. The other 3 are players that I don't know much about, or they are very, very young. Yes, we are heading into this youngster project, and these are the types of signings that we will see more and more often. Do I think these signings are the signings that will change you the season in the winter transfer session? No, they're not. I think Vaz, Venturino, even this guy, they can all end up being great signings. But I'm looking at Venturino and Vaz more specifically. Like, those are signings that you completed, but those are 2 players that won't get much game time from now until the end of the season. So, if you say to me, maybe we could have waited for the Vaz operation in the summer and maybe get somebody a bit readier in the winter to tackle this end of the season, I would have probably agreed with this. I think the key signing is Malen. I mean, without Malen, I would have given it probably a 3 because no player apart from Malen is ready to make an instant impact. I hope to be very wrong when it comes to Zaragoza, but I highly doubt he'll come in and win you games and change you games instantly. So I'm gonna give it a 7 because you managed to sign 4 players, but you need to take in consideration and keep in mind that only one of these 4 players is ready to make an impact, has already made an impact. The other 3 are very young players, especially Vaz and Venturino. I mean, both of them are younger than me, basically, just to give you a perspective. So they're more of a long-term signing. I think January is more of... I always see the winter transfer session as signing players that are ready to kind of kill the season and end the season well, and the summer to make more projection long-term signings. But this is the project that we're following, and this is the direction that we're following. So I trust this project. I trust our manager. The most important thing for me is that this manager has said something regarding these signings, and that these signings haven't just been placed for the sake of being placed by our sporting director. But we shall see. Let me know in the comments if you know a bit of, if you've watched La Liga games, Celta Vigo games, if you know a bit of Zaragoza, let us know in the comments. Give us a rank from 1 to 10, ranking this January window. I highly doubt we're going to sign anybody else, so you can give your final judgment in the comments today. If we can get 100 likes on this video, it would be great, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the Udinese match reaction. Forza Roma sempre, and happy Sunday evening. Simo out.